Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. A long awaited box has officially arrived as of this morning, November 13th. So this box shipped on November 6th and it is just now arriving to me. I do live in the States. I live in Texas, and Sterling Inc. is based in New Jersey. Typically, I don't have to wait that long for her items, but this time around, I had to wait a lot more days. I don't blame her by any means. I do believe it was the post office, just being the post office. But I did place this pre-order back in June. So I am dying to get my hands on these babies. So I'm going to just unload everything and then I'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, so here is everything that I ordered. I have some clear covers here. I have a passport half year, or what should be a half year, a weeks size half year or compact, and then a TN size half year or compact, because these are just sizes of clear covers I feel like I don't have that would fit what I ordered. So what I ordered is a passport size, a weeks size, a TN size, and then also an A5. And I'll go more in depth on those in just a second. This is the little, I believe it should be like her freebie. Yeah. I use her stickers all the time, so I'm always happy to get extra freebies. But let's get into the main event here. So I'm just going to start with the one on the top. This is the Passport Compact Horizontal in Mist with the gold edges. And that's honestly what held my order up the longest, was I got gold edges on everything because I'm a gold edge girly. It's so pretty. I will definitely say I got a bunch of the little, what are they called? Inserts. So I already know what the covers feel like, but I would definitely say comparing the blue insert to the planner itself, they look almost identical. I think the planner booklet is a little bit darker though, just a little bit. Anyways, I'll walk through the planner briefly. So they are all laid out the same. They have an opening page, and if you get the compact version or the half year version, you will likely have to train it to lay flat just because the binding is brand new. It needs to be relaxed a little bit. I have no problem with that. I know some people like the other brands like 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍, which I also like 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍, that automatically just form fit a second you open them. But yeah, I'll have to do some work on this bad boy because I don't like that it's creasing like that. But for the passport, you have your year at a glance, 2 blank page spread, the goals page, the quarterly pages, and then you go straight into your monthlies. So monthly is December through January of 2025. So December 2023 through January 2025. So you get 14 months. And then since I got the horizontal, this is what the weekly looks like. I'm sure there's been plenty of videos posted like this now kind of showcasing this, but it has the 7 days like this and 1 blank spot here. And then that goes on for all of the weeks. You can kind of see the tabbing marks even with the gold edging if you like kind of fold the page a little bit. I'm going to add my own tabs to this so it doesn't really bother me, or it's kind of useless for me. I guess that's another thing I don't mind since I have the gold edges. The last week looks like it is just the end of December and then a few days into January. You don't get a week after this. This is the last one. And then since this is the compact version, it has numbered notes pages, and this one has 121 notes pages in the back, which should be just fine for what I plan on using this for. And on that note, I plan on using this as my tarot journal for 2024. So I didn't want something super big. Honestly, I kind of wanted something that would fit in with my deck of cards. For example, here is my main deck that I use. This is a holographic Rider-Waite Tarot, and look at that, they're almost the same size, so I can store them together and it's easier to find what I need. Plus, I'm not going to be writing gobs of information. This is mainly just kind of like a habitual practice, and I want to have a small place that I can dedicate for that. Before I move on into the other planners, I do want to try this out with a few of the covers. First off being the clear cover that I actually purchased from Sterling Ink, just because I do like to protect my covers and make sure they stay nice and clean for the whole year. Since these covers are honestly really thick, I don't think they're going to show a whole lot of wear and tear, but I still like to try put a clear cover on it, and then if I put another cover on top of that for ease of carrying or just because I want to use it, then it's there. And I will definitely say this is a challenge to get this planner cover in this clear cover. Okay, give me a second. Okay, that took some serious finagling to get this on there, and it is still very tight. I don't know if I'm comfortable leaving this on as it is. I'll probably want to stretch it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this back off. But you can see like it's very tight. I will definitely say the covers are much sturdier than last year just based off this little one. But I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this off on camera, but we're going to try. I'm just going to go slow. Okay, I do have one more clear cover I do want to try on this before I move on to other covers. And that is a cover from 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗆 Designs. Okay, so this is the cover that I purchased from 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗆 Designs. It is a collaboration with 𝗦𝘵and I actually got the idea to get this after Katie Craft Studio shared her video with her passport and this cover, because it looked absolutely stunning. And since we had the same mist cover, I wanted to see it for myself. This is the seconds version, so it isn't a perfect foiling. I personally don't mind that at all. Yeah, that doesn't bother me. So I paid a much cheaper price than the full price version of these, but she does still have both available on her shop as far as I know. All right, and I'm going to have to finagle to get this one on here as well, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, this one fits so much better than the one from Sterling Ink. Like, so much better. Incredibly much better. Like, there's hardly any lift, and that's probably only because it's a brand new plastic cover and it was flat. And this one has a pocket. So I definitely like this much better. So thank you, Katie Craft Studio, for showing the world what this would look like. Yeah, I definitely like this much better. So I'm going to leave this clear cover on it for now, just to test it out in my other covers, and we'll see how this goes. So the first cover that I have is actually one that I made myself, and I'm currently working on the color of this one, but it is just a standard piece of leather that I trimmed to be about field note size. So here's the field notes. It's a little, I wanted it to be a little bit shorter than a field notes, but I didn't want it to be true passport size like the Traveler's Notebook or Midori passport size, because I feel like those are too small. But let's just give this a shot here. I'm just going to put a elastic on both sides. And that is exactly how I wanted it to fit. Sweet. I wanted to have enough room here so I could put tabs and it wouldn't get destroyed. So I would say if you have a Midori Traveler's Notebook cover, it would be a little bit smaller than this. It'd probably be a little bit more form-fitting, but that is definitely an option. The other cover that I had that I wanted to try for this is by Sojourner. This is her Field Notes. This is her Field Notes Small Compact. No, Field Notes Small Folio, Traveler Folio? I don't remember. This is a natural pebbled leather though, and I wanted to try it both in the back pocket and the folio, just to see how this would lay in here. It's all right. I feel like if the clear cover wasn't on it, it would fit better. But I mean, it closes all the way. It just has a very minor bit of overhang there from the clear cover. So like I said, if it didn't have the clear cover, I feel like it would fit a little bit better. And then if I put it on the strings, we'll just do one on this side and one on this side. Yeah, that fits okay with the edges here. It's really tall, obviously, because this is the Field Notes version of this folio. But I don't mind it. I really don't. I think it looks okay. I need to tighten my elastic, though. Okay, so this is the Passport one. So that is it for the Sterling Ink Horizontal Compact Passport in the mist cover with the gold edging. Very pretty. I really do like this one. I'm excited to use it for my tarot journal. The next size that I got is the N2 Horizontal Compact in the Forest Gold, otherwise known as probably the Weeks size, with the forest green color and the gold edging. This is a very, very, very dark green color. It's really pretty though. I feel like my cover's kind of awkward though. My back cover has this kind of like lip to it on the edge here, and the spine honestly at the top is kind of cut really weird. I don't know if y'all can see that. It has like a weird cut to it. Anyways, this again will probably need some training to open it up just because of the fresh binding, and it is just how smaller shops do things, I guess. I feel like the top of it's curled. I don't know. I feel like this one has some weird things going on with it. But the same kind of things, formatting in this one. So you get a blank page, your gear at a glance. You get 2 blank page spread, and then you get your goals pages, your quarterly pages, and then your monthly pages, again, all the way through till January of 2025. And then you get your weeks, which again goes all the way through the last week of December/January. And it has that same kind of very faint tab marking on the side here. I feel like the print is much lighter than I was expecting it to be. I'm not mad about that, I guess, because I cover a lot of things up. But if I wasn't covering it up, I think I would struggle with this. I do wear glasses, but I struggle with lighter inks in general, like fountain pen ink. So anyways, since I got the horizontal version, it has the week on one side and then the blank page on the other side, very similar to the 𝗬𝗏𝗍 Weeks. Just to compare a 𝗬𝗏𝗍 Weeks, because I have one here. Here is a 𝗬𝗏𝗍 Weeks Mega. Here is what they look like with them sized next to each other. I'd say they're pretty much the same size. The paper does go all the way to the edges for the Sterling ink though. Anyways, since this is the compact version as well, it has 121 blank notes pages. I feel like this one got wet or something. I don't know. This one's a little wonky looking. Regardless, let's go ahead and try to put one of the clear covers on it. This is the half-year clear cover from Sterling Ink, and instead of trying to put it straight in like I did with the Passport, I'm just going to wrap it around and see if it'll even fit before I try to struggle to get it in there. and it does not look like it's gonna fit. Wow. Okay, so if you're gonna get the clear covers from Sterling Ink for the new planners, not the notebooks, because the notebooks, the clear covers did fit perfectly. But the new planners definitely do not fit the clear covers perfectly by any means. They're very small. So I would recommend, if you get the clear covers from Sterling Ink, you take a hair dryer to the clear cover. So you basically hold the clear cover, hair dry it, like make the whole thing warm. And then what I do is I pull at each corner like this until it stretches a little bit more, rewarm it up, same thing, pull until it feels like it's stretched enough, and then I will, instead of putting it directly into the planner or putting the planner directly into it, I will form fit it like this first and make sure it's big enough. Otherwise I just keep warming it up and stretching it. But yeah, the clear covers I think from Sterling Ink are going to be too small for these planners from the get-go. You'll have to do some extra effort for that. I do have all of the sizes for the Lauren Phelps design one with the nib and flare, just because they were such a good deal with the seconds, and I really do like this design. So I went ahead and purchased all of them. I may not use all of them this year because I feel like that's a lot of the same design. But we will test out the size of this one. And since I got the other one in pretty okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to actually put this one in. Okay, this looks so beautiful. I don't know how much you'll be able to see because of the glare. I don't have any lights on above this. It's just the natural lighting from my window. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it is so pretty in person. Wow. I really like the gold on the dark green. That looks really pretty. Okay, sorry. So as for covers for this, I have a Galen Leather Mega Weeks cover here in the black. And I'll try both pockets. So this is the first pocket. I think that looks pretty good. The zipper here does kind of lay underneath it, so I'm going to try putting it in the back pocket really quick, but it does work with the clear cover on it, which is something that I like. It works with it in the back pocket too, but I feel like it sits kind of weird, and that just might be how I've trained the cover to sit on the front pocket. But it does work in the back pocket as well. It's just the front kind of lays a little funky. I hope this is, hope you're able to see it. I know black covers are really hard to show on camera. So anyways, here, if we were to close up the elastic, it works just fine. Yeah, so that would be an option if you had a Galen Leather Mega Weeks cover. It definitely fits the Common Planner half year or compact version of the week size. And then I also have this is my 𝗂𝗏𝗎𝗍 𝗦𝘃𝗍 weeks cover that I currently house my 2023 weeks in. So if we just set it inside it, which is what I usually do, I don't usually like to put it in anything in the pockets in the back. That works fantastic, no problems there. If we were to try to stick it in the cover, I don't think you're going to be able to do it with the clear cover on. Okay, if you slip it in the very, very back pocket, it does fit with the clear cover on. That does fit, and it zips, and there's still plenty of room inside this if you wanted to actually use this like a wallet. So that is an option if you like the zipper like covers. I'm not going to try to put the other cover in because I don't think that's really works for this kind of cover, honestly. And that is pretty much it for the weeks covers that I have. I am currently on the search So if you know of any companies that hold 2 weeks together in one planner cover, I had a suggestion that the wallet from the Angel Shop does. I've seen photos and video of it. It does. So the Angel Shop wallet is an option. I've also gotten recommendations that 𝗦𝘃𝗃 will hold 2 regular weeks, but not 2 mega weeks. And since this is like the size of a mega, there's that. I know you can custom order a cover, but I'm just trying to see if there's anything out there that's already ready to ship. I don't have to wait for customs or anything. Anyways, that is it for the weeks size or N2 Sterling Ink Compact Horizontal in the Forest Green. The next size that I got here is the N1 Horizontal Compact in Quartz with the gold. This is the most comparable to the TN standard size, and the feeling of this cover is wonderful. This one's nice and floppy. Like this one's floppy too, but I feel like there's a different floppiness to this. So we had like pebbly with the mist, very smooth with the forest, and then the quartz cover is almost like a, I don't know how to describe the feeling of this. Anyways, let's just jump into the middle here. Ooh, I'm gonna crack some of the gold on this. That is one thing, if you get gold edging, the pages will stick together. It's just part of how the edging process works. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. Again, same layout. You have a year at a glance. You have 2 blank pages. This one's much stickier than the other ones were. You have the goals page, quarterly pages. This one's much stickier than the other one. Also, the writing in this one is much darker. Like the text, the font is much darker, I feel like. Maybe not. Maybe they're the same. Anyways, let's compare it to this one. Yeah, they're about the same, I guess. It does look much darker in this one for some reason. But you get your 12 months. I'm not going to break all the pages apart. I'll double check it all before I set it up and everything. But you get all 14 months. So January through 2023 of December to 2025 of January. Then you get your weeks, and since I got the horizontal version, it's going to have all of the days on one side and the blank page on the other side, similar to the weeks format. And I wanted it this way because I plan on using this one as my garden journal because it has more space, and that's really what I wanted because I ran out of pages with my 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍 weeks garden journal that I did for 2023. So again, it's going to have that same kind of tabbing mechanism with the shadowed pages here. Since I have the gold edging, you can't really see it very well. That is okay though, because again, I'm going to add my own tabs. That is the last week. And then we have the start of our notes pages, which there are again 121 of, because this is the compact version. I definitely would say after you kind of relax the binding with this, it does lay pretty flat. At least with this cover. I think each of the textured covers is going to behave a little bit differently. But let's go ahead and try on the clear cover for this size from Sterling Ink. Again, I'm not even going to try to put it on the cover just because after the experience of Passport, I don't want to risk it. Yeah, again, this one is a little too small. I think that's just going to be what it is with the Sterling Ink clear covers. It's just a little too small. This one's better than the Weeks one, but it's still a little too small. Again, like I said, since these were the seconds group of this design collab with 𝗦𝗵_FLAIR and Lauren Phelps Design. They were highly discounted and I couldn't resist getting them in every size that I use because someday I may want to use it. So let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, this one's actually a little bit big, which I'm okay with because I do tend to fluff my planners out really well. But this fits pretty perfect. Again, Lauren Phelps Design, she knows what she's doing with the clear covers. It does have pockets as well, which is something I like compared to the Sterling Ink ones that do not have any pockets whatsoever. So I'm going to leave the clear cover on this. I only have one cover that I really want to try this with. Okay, well actually I have two, hold on. So I'll start with this one. This is a London Gifties TN cover, standard size. It's just like your standard TN cover, I guess. And I just want to see how this is going to look. Again, I'm just going to put the one string through this one. I would probably end up jump banding a booklet with it, but just to see how this fits. I don't love that. Let me try a different spot. So obviously if you feed it through the book like this, you will likely get creases on your page. The company Sterling Ink recommends that you feed it through the clear cover in the back, which is something I may do. But this is very tall, but it does fit. It fits. It's very form-fitted. There's not a lot of room for much around it. So there's that. If you use the Midori version, which I don't have, I would assume it's probably even a little bit smaller than this. But yeah, so that works. It fits. And the pink looks good with this color. Okay, let me try one more cover. Okay, so this cover is by Sojourner as well. This is the 𝗦𝘃𝗽 cover. I think it's the 𝗦𝘃𝗽. It's the one that's closest to the standard TN. Okay. So with the clear cover, maybe. Yeah, I don't think it's going to fit with the clear cover. So let me take the clear cover off. So without the clear cover, yes. So it goes in very easy without the clear cover. There's still room around this, so I bet it would fit with the clear cover. I would just have to kind of work at the leather a little bit, but there is still very much of an edge. So the clear cover likely would fit. It's just, I don't feel like forcing it right now. So if I don't use another cover for this, I'll definitely say the new covers in the Sterling Ink are much sturdier than last year's. Much, much sturdier. So this works beautifully. That has lots of room too. That looks really pretty. Okay, so the 𝗦𝘃𝗽 size from Sojourner fits the Sterling Ink common planner and one compact size. This would definitely not fit the full year version if you got the 520-page book though. Yeah, but this fits really nice. I could probably try to work out getting the clear cover in there, like I said, because there is still enough of a space, but I'm not going to do that on camera, so sorry. But it does work without the clear cover for sure, and there's still room to grow a little bit. All right, and the very last book that I got is the main planner that I was going to get this year before she was... So my only plan was to get one book from her, and then she released all of these different sizes, and that's when I like kind of hit planner chaos myself. But this was the book that I was really after for 2024, and that is the A5 full year, like 520-page version in the caramel gold color. Okay, this is stunning. Wow. So the caramel version of the booklets is dead on same color. It looks the same versus the mist was a little bit darker in the booklet itself. I definitely would say that this is a heavy girl. She's heavy. So if you're going to plan on carrying this around, just keep that in mind that this is a heavy planner. Let's go ahead and walk through it. So this one lays flat right off the bat because of its size. Obviously the pages on the ends are going to need a little bit of training, but the ones in the middle definitely just lay flat. So for layout, it should be exactly the same. You get a year at a glance page, 2 blank pages, the goals breakdown page, quarterly pages, monthly pages, December of 2023 all the way through January of 2025. And then you go into your weeklies. And I got, they only offer this in the horizontal, or in the vertical. They don't have a horizontal version of this yet. Maybe someday Sterling will release it. But she did change the timestamp layout, and this text is so much darker. So here is my A5 undated common planner from this year. And you can tell the difference just from far away how much darker this text is compared to this. The older version had all of the numbers just slightly to the right of the line for the verticals. So your hourly was just slightly to the right. With the newer version, it is on the line itself. So that may bother some people. I personally don't care. I cover a lot of my spread up anyways, just with stickers or writing, and the numbers kind of just disappear into the background for me, so it doesn't really matter to me if it's on the line or next to it. But the text is definitely much darker. Like much darker, which I'm very happy with. Again, like all the others, you get the kind of ghosted tabbing system on the side. It is only one way, not both ways. Interesting. I wonder if it's like that on the other planners I have. And then you have your notes pages. So since this is the full year version, this has 300 and hold on. 69 notes pages. So basically 1 page for every single day of the year and then some, which is what I wanted this for, because I wanted to be able to use this as like my daily, everyday master planner thing. So very happy with that. I do have a clear cover that I want to try with this that is not Sterling ink or Lauren Phelps Designs, and that is the 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗽 A5 clear cover. So this is the clear cover that I typically use for my 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗽. So my A5 𝗦𝗃𝗽𝗽 cousin, this is the clear cover I typically use for it because I chunk the planner up so much that I want it to have plenty of room to grow. And I wanted to see how the Sterling ink planner would fit in it, just because this is a very chunky book and I feel like it would fit pretty well. Okay, so it's definitely really big. It has plenty of room to grow here on the end. This is quite a big chunk of space. I could fit my finger in there actually. Yeah, that's pretty big. I would say it would probably relax over time and fit much better as you use the planner and as it like kind of fluffs out. So if you wanted a clear cover that gave you space to grow, this is definitely a very good option, and they're pretty inexpensive off of Amazon, Jet Pens, or Atlas Stationers. But let's go ahead and try the Lauren Phelps one since I have it. And I just want to say, like I said, I got the seconds version of these, so they were very much on sale. I think they were like $5, and that's why I was like, I'm jumping on that because they're beautiful. I don't care if there's foiling in weird places, and it has pockets. So I definitely wanted to give these a shot. And I knew if they didn't fit that I had other things I could put them on. That looks so pretty. That looks so pretty. I hope the glare isn't so bad that y'all can't see what this looks like, because this is so pretty. Wow. And it's a perfect fit. That's a perfect fit. That's a perfect fit. Okay, I'm going to leave this like this for a second, and then let me get my covers that I want to try this with. Okay, so starting out, I want to use a 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗽 drawer pouch to see how this would fit in there since this is a chunkier book. This is the large drawer pouch, and it has lots of pockets, as you can see. And that fits really nicely. These are fabulous. If you don't have a drawer pouch, highly recommend. I have them in all the sizes, but this works really nice in here. So you could carry your planner, all your supplies. I would recommend flat supplies. If you have a lot of pens and stuff, I would hook them on the outside pocket, but the flatter supplies definitely would fit in here, and this works really nice. That's beautiful. The next planner cover here I have is the 𝗦𝗃𝗍 Tot from 2022. I think the 2022 version. This is the Celeste Blue version. It's a softer leather, but I am going to try it on the new one that came out this year because I got that one as well. Right off the bat, it fits in the back with the clear cover on. That fits perfectly. That looks very pretty. I quite like that. And with the brown, that looks really nice. All right, so let's try it with the one for this year. So this is the 2023 version of the Tot cover. This is the Bordeaux color. This is the one that I really want to use this planner in this cover this year because the brown and the dark red, I just feel like it's beautiful. Okay, right off the bat, again, the back slips in with the clear cover, no problem. And it fits like this with the thing kind of flipped over. I have been relaxing this cover. I will just say that now. I did have a book in it. I think I had another A5 sterling ink book in it just to help keep the cover closed. So this does hold the front cover as well because I wanted to make sure that I could make it fit, but the leather was so fresh when I first got it that it was really stiff. So if you got this cover and you wanted to put it with your common planner, if you relax the cover enough before you stick it in there, you will have no problems. And I literally just used the sterling ink A5 notebook in the same size, the 520 page version, and stuck it in there like this for, I don't know, a month maybe. I just left it on my shelf, like closed like this. So over time, the leather does relax and it definitely will fit both sides of the planner, which is really nice. But I'm happy to fit one side because that's how I want to use it, and it works. It's beautiful. I'm happy with it. Yay. And the last cover I have here is another Sojourner. This is the A5 folio in the Stag. And this fits a 𝗦𝗃𝗍𝗍 cousin without a clear cover on it. Yeah. And it fits a common planner without a clear cover on it as well. Kind of expected. A lot of the leather companies don't account for the extra space you need for a clear cover, which is fine. I mean, you have a leather cover on it. Why would you need to have a clear cover too? I personally like the clear cover just because I like to keep my planners looking extra pristine. And sometimes I like to put stickers and other stuff on front of the planner. Let me try to put this other side in. Okay, so I got both covers in. It does fit very nicely in the Sojourner cover like this. I think there's even room to grow because the spine isn't formed to it. Obviously, it'll take time to form to any planner, but it does work with both covers in if that's something that you like to do. Here, I'll put the elastic around it and everything. That works really nicely. So if you have a similar cover to this one, it works without the clear cover. And it will hold both sides of the planner. I'd have to say if I went back and only picked one color, like to have all of my books matching, it'd probably be the caramel. The caramel looks beautiful. It is so pretty. After that though, I'd probably say the Quartz. I love the green. I love the green. The green is honestly my favorite color, but it just sucks that it's super, super dark. It's very dark. Like if I put white behind it, it looks black almost. And then if I put something green with it, like it pulls out the green a little bit more. Like here, let me pull out. This is my Galen Leather Crazy Horse Green. And you can see it is darker than the Crazy Horse Green. And not by much, but just a little bit. It's very pretty, but I think the caramel is still my favorite. And then the blue is beautiful too, but I'm not always a blue person. All right, it's at this point in the video that I guess I want to talk a little bit about my thoughts. I'm very happy with all of these planners. They were worth the wait to me just because they are pretty much exactly what I wanted. And I am very excited to get started with using them for 2024 and setting them up and all of that kind of good stuff. In terms of the waiting period, I think it was way too long. I'm going to be honest. When you pre-order something, you expect to usually wait like 3 months. And I know on her listing, she had listed that it would be shipping, you know, late September, October. Well, mine didn't ship till November. So that was almost in like, if we're going off the first date that she could have shipped them out, according to her listing, that's almost 2 months later. So the patience needed to wait for these was very high, and it was honestly really stressful. I wasn't sure if they were going to get here in time for me to use them or get acquainted with them enough to set them up. And I know I'm in the States and I'm fortunate enough that they arrived before the beginning of the new year. But if you're international and your package gets stuck in customs, it's, I don't know, that's a really stressful time. So if anybody else is waiting for theirs, you know, I'm trying to hold patience for you. I'm glad I have mine and I'm glad to share them with you, but I'm hoping yours will arrive very, very soon if they haven't already. I do want to say, since this video is going up before her ready to ship options, she does have a ready to ship launch happening this Friday, November 17th. I'm not sure on the timing. I would definitely check out her Instagram or her Facebook group. She definitely has everything listed there for information for the launch. If you were hoping to get one of these and you didn't pre-order them when she had them for pre-order back in June. Some other thoughts that I have on this is with the binding itself and the covers. I definitely think the thinner books will need training, like I said, just to get them to lay flat, but the covers are very much, like, so much sturdier than last year's covers. I think they'll hold up much better. As for the binding itself, we shall see. I have no issues with my undated version and the binding. It is still holding up great after I took the clear cover off of it, stretched the clear cover out, and put the clear cover back on. I think as long as whatever you're putting on the book itself isn't super tight and constraining to the spine, you won't have any issues with the binding itself. But if it not being lay flat right off the bat is a problem for you, just keep that in mind. These do not lay flat right off the bat unless it is the big book. And if it's the thicker books, they do lay flat right off the bat, but if it's the thinner books, they do not. And the last thing I want to talk about is the gold edging. I know a lot of people were saying that they had issues with the gold flaking off or getting on their covers or anything like that. You can take a cloth and just wipe around the edges like this to get rid of any excess. Sometimes when they paint on the gold, there's excess. So you can always use a cloth to kind of dust it a little bit, and it'll help take off any of that excess foiling. I personally don't mind the gold edging kind of being a little rough looking. I think it shows wear and tear. I like it better than the white pages when they get all fluffed out, because I feel like they look really dirty. With the gold edges fluffed out, it looks, I don't know, still kind of classy. But I'm happy I waited. I'm happy I got them. And I'm happy I stuck with my choice for the most part. I know I ordered some 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍 things, but those are mainly for work purposes and then also for like journaling. So these will definitely be my main planners on my channel for 2024. All right, I'm gonna leave the video off here. I feel like I've been talking for a really long time. I hope this video was somewhat helpful. I know there's a lot of unboxings out there of these planners. I hope I showed enough cover options from what I have in my collection. I don't have a whole lot of covers because I typically just reuse the same ones over and over again. But maybe that you saw something that I use that you use, and we'll have a match that way. But again, I'm going to leave the video off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your planners get delivered to you soon if you haven't gotten them yet. I'm going to go ahead and start planning out how I want to set each one of these up, and I will have videos coming soon. But for now, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. If you're watching this on the day of, have a good Monday, and I will see you guys in the next one.